Hello and welcome to my sketchbook haul. Today I'd like to show you my collection of over 5 years of different types of sketchbooks, watercolor, mixed media, various thin paper sketchbooks that I wouldn't say were more for bullet journals or just simple pencil sketches. Some of them I really love the soft cover ones, like the few I'm showing here. Some of these are like pocket-sized sketchbooks, great for little on-the-go sketches, fits in your purse. Some of them I haven't quite got to yet, but I got because in the future I think they will come in handy for something. This one is the Leda Art Supply, and it's a great little sketchbook. It's very thick. The pages are very thick. The cover, soft cover, again, I just love soft cover sketchbooks. Open it up here and show you the pages. It does have a little bit of trouble laying flat, but I think if you put it in the middle of the sketchbook, if you open it up in the middle, it'll lay more flat than perhaps the first page or so. But the pages are very thick, I would say good for different types of medium. Not too heavy, like not too heavy watercolor washes or anything. But yeah, Leda is a very good sketchbook company. I actually have a couple of them. That one is a little bit bigger, and I will include all the links in the description after. But that one is a very good size, fits in your hand easy, and not too large to tote around. And as you can see, I broke that one in, but that one does lay flat. Pages are very good quality, and the pages, their sketchbooks do have a bit of a tooth to them, but overall, I would say they're very comfortable to draw on, not too abrasive, and yeah, as you can see, I broke mine in for some art projects, fun projects, just different stuff. Not too many in these. Most of my sketchbooks that I get, I really just test them out, and then I put them back in the closet. And some people say I forget about them, but I don't forget about them. It's just more I think about what they can be used for in the future, and then I'll come back to them. But yeah, that one I did draw in a couple times. As you can see, this nice little dog, goofy dog drawing caricature I did from a reference. Yeah, so there wasn't really that much for that one, but the little tie around it is nice and tight. They can wear out, and I haven't had a problem with those really wearing out. One more thing I want to show you is a bigger one that I forgot I had until I made this video. That one is the next size up from the two I just showed you. And again, I will include the descriptions. Believe I purchased most of these off of Amazon, so I'll include everything. They include like a little backstory on Leda and kind of a little backdrop on how they made their company, and I think it's very interesting. You get to see a little history of the company and how it came together, and other products that they sell. And if you really, really love their sketchbooks and you happen to see a deal on Amazon, I would suggest, or not Amazon only, but other art stores, I would suggest getting them, because you never know when you want to buy something and it's going to disappear. Because I have a problem with that. But yeah, the pages are just very smooth. I think on one side, and a bit of a texture on the other side. So it depends on what art medium you want to use. But I think they do take wet media, just a little bit, but not like a wash and drowning the paper. um, then I believe I had another pocket size, smaller pocket size, but I think that comes out in the video later because it was hidden. Now this one I believe is a Pentalic journal, and it was one of those things I found, and the paper, it's one of those things where I need to see what I buy and have a look at it before I actually purchase it. I think it will do good for like pen sketches or marker sketches. The paper seems good for that, but it's just very, like, I guess I'm not used to white paper. As you can see, like the first page there versus the cover title pages are like a yellow, off yellow tint, and then the pages themselves are like really bright white. They would be good for like marker or mixed media kind of sketches, but my favorite color is blue, if in case you haven't noticed. But I just got it because I like the soft cover and the color blue, and I thought, this could come in handy one day. And up next is the Paul Rubens Watercolor pocket-sized journal. I actually have another larger one. It came as a 2-pack, and there was a black and pink one, and I generally go for like black sketchbooks because lighter color sketchbooks tend to get fingerprints and oil and dirt on them. But I thought, it's bright colors and might inspire me to do something. They have a really cool like gold leaf logo, which I thought was really really nice, really artsy. And as you can tell, the texture of the cover is it's quite textured. I don't know what material it is, but it to me it just screams quality because it's hardcover, and I really like how they did the black inside pages. It just seems very classy, and the seams seem good in the binding. Apparently, you can like rip out the pages if you want to. I had seen some reviews where people got it and like those were like ripped already or torn. And I mean, I don't care because it's a sketchbook or a watercolor sketchbook. It's gonna get use. I mean, it's not something that you're going to put under glass right away. So I generally don't care about stuff like that, but it's good to read reviews just so you know and can prepare. Now for the black sketchbook, it's I believe one was hot press and the other one was cold press, and I'm not sure which one was which. Oh, and I also forget they also come with this cool pocket in the back so you can store like maybe your color palettes if you do that. It isn't quite that thick, and I guess maybe for the size that's fine. I would be more worried about ripping it. I have seen some other ones that are bigger, such as like that for the pocket size one. I probably wouldn't really use that just because if I put something in there the wrong way and it rips. But yeah, and when I bought this pink one, it arrived with a bit of a little blip on the cover, but again, I don't really care about that so long as it's not marred beyond beyond recognition. I mean, it is a sketchbook. Now this one, the aqua watercolor sketchbook, I had heard great things about it, and some of my artists that I follow on YouTube, they recommended this or said that they used it. It's also a Pentalic. And I just thought, it was a good deal. Why not try it? You only live once. And I have seen places like Blick and other art stores carry them, and then just like all of a sudden go out of stock. One of the things I like about it, though, really like about it, is that it lays flat on its own. It comes with its ribbon, which I'm not really about ribbons. I mean, it's nice if they have it in there. Maybe you can flip open to a favorite page, but it lays pretty flat. And then it has like this little brush or pen holder, which is really handy, especially if you do arts on the go. And I believe there's a pocket in the back. Yes, pockets, which as you can see, that one has like seems like it has much more room than the previous Paul Rubens ones. But again, hardcover, blue, my favorite. It's aqua. And then next up, we have, I believe it was a Moleskine journal. Sorry, I'm recording this after I had already recorded the video, and I found out that the audio didn't work, so I had to redo the audio. So yeah, this another hardcover. I believe it's a Watercolors sketchbook. And I had already put my information in there, which I forgot about before filming it, but please don't be a stalker and zoom in on that. I think, yeah, that one also, most the watercolor sketches, watercolor journals have the little pocket in the back. And that is an excellent example of a sketchbook that can lay flat. The pages are pretty thick. They have a great tooth to them. Some of them I already drew on. As you can see, a little snake plant that turned out decent. I was experimenting with watercolors and patterns. And I believe the only two drawings that I did are these two in this sketchbook. But it's a really good sketchbook, and I'm excited to try more drawings, more experimentations. It seems to take the water pretty well. It doesn't buckle. I mean, obviously, it will buckle a little bit when you first do it, but it's not going to ruin like the spine or the structure of the sketchbook. So really, really good sketchbook by them. Like I said, I believe it's Moleskine. I can't. Yeah, I just confirmed it. Haha, no, it is Moleskine. Oh, and the sticker on the back. I'm sure you probably have seen the stickers by now. They are from a art box that I get a subscription for every month called Art Snacks, and that is another Moleskine sketchbook. However, this is one of those times again where I wish that I could like open the sketchbook before I actually purchase it, because the pages in this one were very thin, more like bullet journal type sketchbook, I guess. So I was a little bit disappointed, but the cover is like very thin, also very soft, and I really love it. I just kind of wish the pages were a bit, thicker. You can see like stuff kind of bleeds through. Like the Posca markers on that didn't bleed through so much. They just, you can see them because the page is thin. But it definitely cannot take anything stronger than, I guess, Sharpie or something. I tried some different materials from the art box I mentioned before, and you can see the some of the markers bled through. They didn't bleed through to the next page, so I forget if I actually had laid something down. But yeah, it's a really great. I love the pages, the size. It's very like pocket purse friendly. But I just wish that they had said the page weight size too, because the package, it was just shrink wrapped. I think I had gotten it at Barnes and Noble or somewhere, and it didn't really say what it was. It just said it was a sketchbook, and I'm like, oh, sketchbook, it's gonna be thick pages. And then once I opened it, I'm like, oh, but I think I have seen these same sketchbooks. They are advertised as sketchbooks, but they are notebooks. And a little bit of false advertising. Maybe someone mispackaged it, or I somehow misread it as sketchbook. But I'm pretty sure that I read it as sketchbook. And I actually, because when I got this one, actually I think I got this one at Blick. And yeah, because there were a few others that you'll see later, and they were all moleskins. But yeah, moving on to this one. This is one that I got from Michael's. As you can see, it's leather, nice, very soft leather cover, very textured. Has a little string, little tie, 6x8 size from Artist Loft. Michael's had like a lot of sketchbooks there, and I really picked this one because, of course, being able to open up a sketchbook is and look at the pages is really important to me versus one that's already shrink wrapped or packaged up, because you can't as an artist, you can't look at the paper, the color, the texture, the weight of the paper. And as you can see, this paper is thick. I'm not sure the GSM of it, but it would probably be very good for pencils, pencil, pen, marker sketches, maybe gouache, light gouache, maybe spine, everything. It looks like it lays pretty flat, and the spine is in good shape. So yeah, definitely would be a fun book. I'm excited to jump into that one. Not sure when I will, but it's going to be really fun. Now, speaking of fun, up next is the illo sketchbook. And the illo sketchbooks are well known for being square, because most artists that use Instagram, I'm not really sure how they came up with this idea, but the point of Instagram is that the picture that you take is inside this little square. So they made a sketchbooks with the size of the page format to be about the same size as the Instagram square, so it fits perfectly, which I think is genius. And I broke this one in. I had seen some people post pictures in their sketchbook using the first page as like a palette, and the pages are really like, they feel really smooth, and you might be able to see a little bit of shininess on the pages. It comes with this very deep, immense back pocket that would be great for something. But yeah, the pages are very thick. The sketchbook, the spine is in good condition. It lays flat. As you can see, I put my ribbon, and it comes with a blue ribbon, which again I love in this one. I put it on in my favorite spread. Little Nightmares fan arts, yay! But as you can see, I use markers for both these sketches, and the markers, they're not Copic markers, but they were a different type. They did bleed through a little bit, but they didn't bleed through to the next page, so that's good. So I mean, it depends on what using it for. If you're going to use the back page for something and you don't want it to bleed through, I'm not really sure how to combat that, or just paint over it with something darker. But the pen is fine. And I used some other mixed media, and I think I taped over that one because it did bleed through pretty bad, and I just didn't want it to bleed over on the next one. I went to a Blake Shelton concert, and I was gonna do this whole Blake Shelton drawing, but then the other drawing on the other page bled through on the back, and I thought, oh, Um, those were light markers, they didn't bleed through, but on this side, you can see my Slimer drawing bled through a lot. And so, and I actually had a drawing that you can barely see this little bat-eared fox sketch that I was going to draw, but now it's like, So that's just something to keep in mind with these sketchbooks. I think it would be good if you just don't draw on the back side of the page that the front side was drawn on. But if you don't mind or you guys have tips or tricks on how to like avoid that, I'd appreciate it. Next up is this very cute little journal. This did advertise itself as a journal, but I read reviews on it, and the people said the reviews said that it was very thick pages, and it comes with this beautiful plush little bag that I just love, and also this box that it just screamed quality to me. So I decided to splurge and get it, and I got it off Amazon, and it shows it's out of stock, unavailable right now. I don't know if you can get it. I'm sure you can get it from other places, but just look at the inside. The little whale tails as a pattern, and the pages themselves are just very thick. Totally not like the other notebook that I got that I thought was a sketchbook, but it was a notebook. This is like very high quality. Um, I read in the reviews some people use it for bullet journals, and I can see why. It's very size is very friendly. It has I guess all these journals and sketchbooks come with a back pocket. I guess that's the new thing. My original sketchbooks that I had gotten from Blick never had that, so the little pockets is was something kind of like a new idea to me. But yeah, this design on the front, I just loved. I love whales and I love blue, and the gold's pattern on it was just very minimalistic, but very beautiful to me. So I have hopes for that one. I don't want to ruin that one, but it's gonna be broken in someday. Now, next up, we have a lot more sketchbooks. We're halfway through, folks. But next up, we have Bristol paper and spiral bound sketchbooks. I kind of have a love hate relationship with, because, as you can see, the cover rips away from the spine, the little spinal things there, and so it kind of ruins the appearance of the book. But again, sketchbooks, that's what they're for. I attempted to do a October Inktober challenge, but unfortunately, there were just a lot of things going on at work, and I couldn't complete it. But I did get a few drawings in. Some of them I combined, like the prompts. I came up with the prompts myself, and then did like a generator make make them random for the days for each corresponding day. But I think I only got to like five or six, and then it just got too far along, and I gave up. Don't give up, artists. No. Anyhow, the next one was a sketchbook. I think I got real cheap. I think all of these I got from Blick. That one I haven't really used so much. I think I used that one for school. This very large mixed media one, I have high hopes to use it for like drawing enlarged portraits of dogs, animals, uh, and the paper texture again is it's the same as any other the smaller spiral bound mixed media page paper. Um, it's just bigger, and they say you can use acrylic and watercolor. I kind of disagree with watercolor. I mean, you can use some, but it's just you just can't use too much. Now, next up, we have this little section of journals. I promise we're getting to the end, folks. This one I had gotten from Amazon because it was advertised as a notebook, but people were also saying the paperweight was high quality and great for inks. And I thought maybe I could use it for an Inktober challenge one day or play with. I have actual inks I need to pull out, but they they said it was really good. So I thought it was cheap. You know what? $10. I'll buy it and I'll try it out. And if it sucks, then I will give it away now. I'll use it for something. Paper doesn't truly suck. You know, it's just it may not be good for um, the quality that you want, but uh, it's it's quite similar to the other blue notebook that I got, but the paper is just a tad heavier, and that's a little hard to explain unless you actually can feel the paper yourself. Now, this sketchbook I got from the bookstore. It's also a Pentalic, but I got it from the bookstore on campus, and I originally got it for as a gift for someone, but the person decided that they don't really draw anymore, so I decided, what the heck, I might as well keep it for myself. uh, and I thought, you know, it's good paper for different sketches. One day I'll conquer my fear of going bigger. Um, Next up is the other. That's actually goes with the other Leda sketchbook. So I actually got like all four sizes. I think there's a pocket size, a medium, a large, and an extra large. And I got all of them because they they were a really good deal at the time, and you know I feel like it was a bargain. Uh, the next was a 2 pack that I got from Arteza, um, and I believe they were for. I thought they were advertised for Watercolor, but maybe it was a different set that I have. Um, they the cover of it is actually like a canvas texture, which I'm not really uh, not that I don't extremely love it. I mean, it's nice. It's just a little bit like rough to my hands to handle. I'm used to, like I said, the soft cover ones or the moleskin hardcover ones, but it does lay pretty flat. And I heard that they are really good for watercolors and pencils. So I thought, okay, this is something to try. Now this one, sorry for the smudges on the cover. It kind of does like pick up your oily hands. This was just a random watercolor sketchbook that I thought was pretty, and I decided to buy it too. As I said, this whole collection is from years, so this is not like I decided to splurge and spend thousands of dollars in one day. This is like an accumulation, slow accumulation over time. But the pages are very toothy. I would call it cold press. I have to look at the description on it if it was cold press, but that would be wonderful for wet media. The next one is Articka, and I kind of compare that to the illo sketchbooks because I don't know if they were copying each other or they just happened to make a sketchbook that was also small and square. But I really like the pattern that they came with on the inside. It's very fun, very whimsical, and the pages are also very kind of have a shine to them, similar to the illo. Um, and it doesn't have a back pocket, which is strange considering every other one does. But It does lay pretty flat. Um, there were some issues people said with the spine, but mine didn't have any, so I was fine with that. Um, Next one, I believe that is the illo uh, sketchbook. It's the smaller one, and I think I got there were three sizes offered on Amazon. The pocket size, medium, and um, extra large. This one I believe is a moleskin, and the cover is kind of like a heavy cardboard stock or paper, uh, which is interesting. But I thought it would be fun to try something a little bit different. But you probably would not want to get it wet because uh, it would probably damage like the whole spine and stuff. Uh, you can see like the pages. It's hard to see, but the pages are perforated, so you can rip the pages out if you want. Um, but I wouldn't really recommend that because once you start tearing pages out, it might also affect the spine quality of the sketchbook itself. Because it seems like it's just one, uh, not one signature, but one small little section that's bound together. Now, the next one is Stillman and Burns Beta series. I got a couple of them, but this one seemed to be really good for mixed media. As you can see, they come with a whole bunch of different ones, and one day I really would like to try them all. I believe I have a Nova series in one of the other piles there, but paper is very good. Lays wonderfully, beautifully. Lays very flat, and the pages, as you can see, are very thick too. Excellent for multimedia. No false advertising there. um, yes, the Nova series, I guess, is also a mixed media sketchbook. I don't really know what the difference is in paperweight. Just aside from the paper is tanned color, I think it's same size or same weight. Um, but again, I'll include the links for everything so you can check it out for yourself and do your own research. Oh, these were the okay. So these were the Arteza watercolor sketchbooks. They came as a 2 pack, and uh, I kind of I kind of liked the landscape look of it. The pocket was also interesting. That it was like a plastic pocket, not a paper pocket, which I guess is good for watercolor stuff because paper, if it's still wet, it might get stuck and such. But the size was fun, and I thought it would be interesting to try. Um, Now, believe I had gotten like 4 or 5 Moleskine sketchbooks at once. So these were like all of, here's 2 of them. I think I have like 3 or 4, and then plus that plus like 2 other ones that I had gotten all at once because I have heard Moleskine is like this super pricey, expensive, like you know high quality sketchbook that artists use, and I just saw it as a really good deal because most of them run for like $20, and I had seen some that were like they were still pricey, like $10, $12, but at the time I thought, I probably will never see a deal like this again, so I decided to buy them, and I really love the red color, but as you can see, the little soft blue cover sketchbook also advertises as a moleskin, but uh, you can very clearly see the difference in the pages. It's not there's something lacking. I uh, don't know what happened, but you know it's fine. we'll move on. Um, there there were some other sketchbooks, watercolor sketchbooks that I happened to come because when you shop on Amazon, Amazon is notorious for finding similar things and saying you might be interested in this. And yes, I fell for that advertisement strategy. Um, but I think the pages are really nice and thick in this little sketchbook, and the cover and everything is like this genuine leather kind of feel, and it just seems like it'd be really fun. Now, Etcher is a watercolor sketchbook. I believe it was hot press, um, but Etcher has been notorious for being super super expensive. Like I had seen prices for $60 Etcher sketchbooks, and I was like, that is way out of my league. But I found one that was like 15 or $20, and I thought, okay, well, this is an interesting deal. You know, it could only happen once. You never know. Um, but I've seen a lot of people advertise that Etcher is uh, mixed reviews. Some hate it, some love it. Now this journal sketchbook is Luke term. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I got it the same day I got all of those Moleskine journals because I had seen that people use them, and um, that they were kind of good quality, like Moleskine. Um, but I think the pages were kind of it was a little bit thinner than I expected, just that like that Moleskine. But um, you know, it really is. It's a struggle, you know, when you have sketchbooks you want to buy and they're shrink wrapped and you can't open them in the store. Well, you could, but then you've bought it essentially. So you just kind of have to buy it blind or do a lot of research on it. Now this one was an Arteza notebook. I had gotten it as a 2 pack, and I actually gave the other one away as a gift. This one I might give away too because the pages are just lacking lacking thickness, and uh, I don't know. It just is not. It's just not doing it for me. So yeah, I might give that one away as a gift. Um, Next up is a sketchbook I got that had tan paper in it, and unfortunately the cover is like this weird um, kind of, it's a Strathmore, but it has like this weird texture on it that seems to attract everything that sticks to it. But it does have a little bit of a problem laying perfectly flat, but I just did one drawing to break it in, and it's okay. I would definitely use it for other stuff. Um, I believe that is the other Arteza that I showed you guys earlier. Now these last few guys are older sketchbooks that I've had for quite a while. Um, the blue one on top is actually a journal that I got from uh, a thrift store, and then these are good old Canson from the Blick store on campus. Those I use primarily for art classes. Uh, some of them I just use for fun, like this one I just used for fun. A few sketches. I think I just like did three or four drawings, and that was the entirety of it. But the paper is really good, and it's a good pocket kind of size. It's good for using in the future for something else. And as I said, most those Blick sketchbooks were all for art projects during my years at college and university. Now this one I had gotten from a thrift store, as I said, and you can't really read read that, but it was genuine leather and made in Italy. So um, at the time, I was probably like 15 or 16, and I didn't care. I just love the color. Apparently, as you can see, it's blue. And I did a lot of fun drawings in there. It looks like it's just only half used, but there's like a lot of stuff that I had done and then put it away and never used it again. But I just can't bring myself to get rid of it. But anyways, thank you guys for coming to see my massive sketchbook art haul, and come back, like, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.